Today, we're looking at the Seiko SBSC023 GMT, better known as the Seiko 5 Sports Pepsi GMT. A real Pepsi GMT right here in Seiko's lineup. But here's the big question. Do we really need one? Unboxing this watch is honestly half the fun. The packaging is designed to look like a Pepsi can, and the moment you slide it open, you know this is something different from a standard Seiko 5. Turning it around, you can see that the labels are the detailed specifications of the watch instead of the Pepsi ingredients. It is a nice touch, and whoever thought of that is a genius. Inside, you get the watch neatly presented on its rubber strap, with the Pepsi branding carried through on the box and inserts. It feels playful, almost collectible. The kind of presentation that makes you want to keep the box on display rather than toss it in storage. For a collaboration piece, that extra detail really enhances the ownership experience. Let's start with the obvious. The red and blue Pepsi bezel is iconic. For decades, Seiko has given us this colorway across their divers, from the legendary SKX009 to the Turtle reissues and the SRPD line. For many of us, the Pepsi Seiko is the gateway into the brand. But the Pepsi colorway itself didn't start with Seiko. It traces back to the Rolex GMT Master, designed for Pan Am pilots in the 1950s, where the two colors represented day and night tracking across time zones. So whenever a brand makes a Pepsi GMT, it's stepping into pretty serious heritage. But here's where the SBSC023 stands apart. This isn't just another Seiko with a Pepsi nickname. This is an official collaboration with Pepsi brand. Yes, the actual soft drink brand. Seiko worked with Pepsi's design team to create this limited edition watch, with only 7,000 pieces made worldwide. Even the packaging comes in a Pepsi can-inspired container, making it clear this isn't just fan lore. It's a true crossover between a global watchmaker and one of the most recognizable brands in the world. That makes this watch not only a functional GMT, but also a piece of pop culture history. Now the SBSC023 takes that same Pepsi look and marries it with a true GMT complication. The case is 42.5 millimeters with a lug-to-lug of 46. That's pretty wearable for most wrists. It's not tiny, but Seiko's proportions make it hug the wrist well. You've got a stainless steel case, Hardlex crystal on top, and of course that bold red and blue bezel insert. It's a sporty, slightly aggressive look that screams Seiko and makes no apologies for being loud. Inside is the Seiko Caliber 4R34. This is an automatic GMT movement with hacking and hand winding. Now it's not a high-end Grand Seiko spring drive GMT or anything like that, but it's exactly what you want at this price point. You get an independently adjustable GMT hand so you can set a second time zone when traveling, or just use it as a cool day-night indicator. And with Seiko's reputation, you know this thing is going to be tough and reliable for years. Flip the watch over and you'll see one of my favorite parts of this collaboration, the semi-transparent caseback. Seiko gives you a view of the 4R34 automatic movement, but here, it's enhanced with a bold Pepsi logo printed right on the glass. The contrast of the Pepsi red, white, and blue against the metal movement parts really drives home that this isn't just another Seiko GMT. It's a true Pepsi collab. The caseback itself is stainless steel with polished edges, water-resistant specs engraved around it, and that exhibition-style center that gives you just enough of a mechanical peek while reminding you this is a limited edition piece. This model comes on a black rubber strap, and honestly, I think that suits it better than a steel bracelet would. It makes the watch lighter, sportier, and perfect for actual use in the summer, on vacation, or even just running errands. It keeps the whole package casual. This isn't trying to be a luxury GMT, it's trying to be your everyday companion. And that rubber strap makes it versatile. You can wear it to the beach, or just swap it onto a natto for a different vibe. On the wrist, it feels really balanced. The case curves well, so it doesn't sit awkwardly. And while the 42.5mm sounds large, it wears closer to a 40mm, especially with the compact lug-to-lug. The bezel action is tactile and satisfying, and the color pops in almost any lighting condition. This is a watch you'll catch yourself looking at just for fun. So let's circle back. Do we really need a Pepsi GMT from Seiko? After all, the brand has already given us more Pepsi divers and sports watches than we can count. The SKX023 already has cult status, and there are plenty of other Pepsi options out there. Does the GMT complication make enough of a difference? Some collectors will argue no, that this is just Seiko recycling the same look. But here's where I land. The SBSC023 isn't about necessity, it's about desire. For enthusiasts who want the Pepsi look and GMT functionality without spending thousands, this watch delivers in spades. Think about it. A Rolex Pepsi GMT is practically unattainable now, both in terms of price and availability. Even Tudor's Black Bay GMT will cost you several thousand. The SBSC023, on the other hand, is priced in the entry-level Seiko 5 Sports range. It's affordable, accessible, and still gives you the Pepsi GMT story on your wrist. No, it won't impress high-end collectors, but it's not meant to. It's meant to be fun, functional, and reliable. So, do we need it? Probably not. But do we want it? Absolutely. The SBSC023 Pepsi GMT is a watch for everyday collectors, for people who love Seiko's Pepsi history, and just want a solid GMT they don't have to baby. If you're after a watch with charm, heritage, and practicality all rolled into one, this one deserves a spot on your radar. This is the Seiko SBSC023 Pepsi GMT. What do you think? Is this the real Pepsi GMT for the everyday collector? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this review, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you won't miss the next one.